Hello beautiful humans, hey, it's Jay and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my 2020 bullet journal flip through. As you can tell, my Bujo has been through quite a lot. It is literally bursting at the seams, but it has been well used and well loved for the 6 months that I've had it. If you didn't know, this is my first full year of officially just sticking to a bullet journal system. What I used to do was have an undated planner for my weeklies and then use the Bujo system for my dailies. But when my undated planner finished at the start of June, I decided to fully go bullet journal as my organizational system, and I quite enjoyed it, and I will be doing the same for 2021. So watch out for my 2021 plan with me coming soon. But other than that, let's dive right into this bullet journal. First off, this Bujo is a actual Starbucks notebook. It was given to me as a gift from my cousin back home in the Philippines, and I would say it's like a A6 size with this creamy white paper. Like, it's a very off-white paper. I have a bunch of sticky notes in here because I don't have a lot of pages. That first one you see is my monthly tracker, and it's just a list of things I track on a monthly basis. This was my yearly motto for 2020. This was a pre-filled in page that came with this notebook, which is actually really helpful, and this is one of my favorite spreads, which I'll also be bringing into 2021, which is my goals / vision boards. I don't know, there's something about seeing my goals backed onto my visions for the year that's motivating. I've been doing this style of like a Dutch door vision board for about 3 years now, and I always include the Strength tarot card because it's one of my favorite tarot cards to pull, as well as an omamori, which is a Japanese lucky amulet. This is, I guess, what's called a future log. I called it important dates back then because I didn't read writer Carol's book at the time that I started this Bujo, so you'll see how it changes. I'm also looking at this footage and realizing I used quite a bit of color at the beginning of this year, and it's kind of weird because, spoiler, I've done my 2021 Bujo and I kept to a color palette and like theme palette for it, so it's interesting to see all the color that I used when I first set this up. Oh, here's the movies to watch and TV shows to watch. I'm actually not migrating this into my 2021 planner and doing a different type of collection for those. And then the key as well. My Bujo key has changed since then. And then we move into the first month, which was June, and the space theme. I think I mentioned this in my July plan with me. Diving right into the artistic side of Bujo was probably not my best idea. I was overwhelmed trying to keep up with themes and spreads and colors, and you can tell that my habit tracker was not filled out, which is concerning to me. I don't know why that page is empty, and I didn't know yet how much space I needed for things, like a full half spread for a brain dump. Looking at that now, I'm like, no, I don't need that. And I was also trying to get used to what layouts I liked for planning out my weeks or my days. So you can see that it changes so much for June. July was the first month that I did the dashboard. We didn't call it that at the time. I think I just called it like a 3-in-1 spread, and I love my dashboard. It makes so much sense to me. And this theme too is kind of one I want to recreate. I just like the colors of it and paper airplanes, and you can see that my habit tracker just was filled out this month because I felt more comfortable with the system. But I think if something works for you in your bullet journal, that it's totally fine. Just keeping with that system. This is also the month that I did a different color for each week. So like there's yellow, pink, and then here's the gray one with Aizawa. Oh, I haven't watched My Hero in such a long time. And a little multicolored one. And this is when it went into a dot format. August was my Haikyuu theme, which is probably one of my favorite themes. I am biased because it's one of my favorite shows, but I think that all of these spreads worked really well and matched the theme really nicely while still being very clean and useful. I think a Bujo is a place for you to be creative, but it should also have some productivity. Oh, there's that Suki photo that I ordered a sticker of. And then for Haikyuu, I did a different team for each week. So it was Karasuno, then Abujosai, then Nekoma, Kenma, my baby. And then last week I did like all the different fan stuff. And oh yeah, that's just the post-it note with a shopping list, I think. September was my coffee/tea theme, and this is when I really started playing around with washi tapes and stickers. Oh, the goals is really like there, and the tea spread. This too, the calendar format just really works with my brain for habit trackers, I guess. Oh, the reflections, I forgot how cute the mug was. And then this one as well, I really liked how the colors were very soft on the eyes and very appealing. This is the week I rewatched Ouran High Host Club, and I had this printout that said Commoner's Coffee, and I'm like, this works great with the theme for September. Yeah, and I still love that washi tape. October was the month of books was my theme, or like vintage books, and this is when I started playing around with pasting in different papers. Oh, this gratitude spread. I do something very similar in my 2021 plan with me actually for my books. Yeah, I did a little pop out here too because I had to start taking meds again. It's weird because I can also see my health in a way, like which months were I taking medication, what was I not. This was the first time I did the envelope for my monthly reflection as like a letter to myself. Oh, and this washi tape. Where is that? Well, I should find that washi tape again. It was one of my favorites. But I really liked this theme. And then it was Halloween, so I tried to make it a little more spooky with like a little witch art and a cat. November was a very interesting month for me because if you can tell from all my other bullet journal themes, I do very warm tones, and this was the first month I did very cool tones and started playing around with some metallics. Yeah, this habit tracker. I love my calendars. And then this is when the let's make little envelopes for my reflections really came through. And it'll be nice to read all of my monthly reflections on the 31st. And this was also, you can see when I started reading Ryder Carroll's book because my Bujo key switches from the squares to the circles on the Thursday, which is so interesting. And I really liked this weekly spread. It works so well for my brain that I continued using it for literally all of November and part of December. And you can see all the sparkles as well. Oh, that's the first week it snowed. I remember I wanted to save that turtle cutout for the first day that it snowed. And then we have December, which is my traditional Christmas theme. I didn't use my brain dump a lot this month, huh? It's so interesting to see. Oh, you can see my little Christmas tree getting decorated. That's the one I colored in yesterday, and I quite like the sparkles. Here's another one of those faux Dutch doors. I tried for this week to do a horizontal spread that was similar to the vertical one I really liked in November, but it didn't really work for me. So the next week I went back to that vertical spread. I'm excited to do this in my bigger Bujo for 2021 because I'll have more space. And that completes what I have so far. So this is the last pages literally of this book, and I have to fit a few extra days of the week into this. So what I did was do a little pop out to fit in like the 28th, 29th, 30, 31 off to the side with this quote about new beginnings. And then here's what you saw in my last plan with me with my year-end reflection. Here's a tarot reading spread that I did. Here's my skincare tracker, which is another spread I migrated over. But yeah, that is this bullet journal. Well used, well loved, and I hope that you liked this really quick video. I hope you're taking care of yourself, and I love you to the moon and back. I'll see you in my next video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, loves.